Hey! In this video I will show development progress of Potion Craft. Recently I worked a lot on my devlog and promotion stuff, so I didn't have enough time to work on the game, but finally I managed to continue the development, and here's what I've made since the last video. It was about time, so I finally added Potion Craft on my site. There's no game page yet, since I want to make it a separate site in the future, but at least now visitors can see that game is in development. Since I haven't been working on the game for a long time, I decided to start with easy tasks. I continued drawing digital mockup for main scene, made some small improvements, added little details. I made first sketch of special plant that player will be using for revealing potion effects. When player drag potion near this plant, drop of potion will pour out on the plant and something will happen. For example, if it's poison, plant will start to fade. If it's fire potion, plant will start to burn, healing potion will cure some wounds on it, and so on. I also added some other scene details for better immersion and understanding of what items I should add to the scene. After that, I thought about what to do with unwanted ingredients and other items, and I came up with an idea of adding trash can of some sort. I didn't know what people used in medieval times as trash cans, so I decided to make it a spot for now. I didn't need accuracy at that time, just wanted trash can mechanic to be obvious on my mockup for future. Not sure for now that I will leave this mechanic in future, we'll see when I make more progress. I also was thinking for a long time about staring items, so player can mark ingredients as favorite. It should help player to find right items in the inventory, so I made some improvements on my mockup and forgot about it for now. One of mechanics that I want to implement is remembering the recipe. I'm not sure about how it turned out in the final version of the game, but for now I think it would be cool. The idea is that everything you do while making a potion is automatically remembered and written in your recipe journal. So if you want to repeat your previous potion, you don't need to keep all things in your head. You can just open your recipe journal and repeat every step one by one. This mechanic has some potential issues and I'm not sure about how to implement it better, but anyway I started trying to make UI for it. Since I revealed the prototype with grinding mechanics, I've been thinking a lot about how to make game interesting and whole, add a lot of cool game mechanics and use grinding mechanics in it with its full potential. That is one of the main problems that I'm thinking of now, so I spent a lot of time trying something and here's one of my attempts. Here you can see that I'm trying to add additional item type, ground ingredients. For example, after you grind leaves in the mortar and pestle, you get lump of ground leaves that automatically adds in your inventory. That's not final version of this mechanic, but this is one of what I'm thinking of. Then I continued to think about UI and recipe journal mechanics, and I decided that I need some rearrangement on my lab scene. I moved recipe map from the left corner to center. I already tried this layout, but for some reason I refused it temporarily. I tried to imagine how I want to use recipe journal to read recipes while making potion from journal, and I decided that vertical orientation is way better. So I changed mockup a bit and rearranged some of objects in the lab. Well, and then begins most interesting part. Since I came up with a lot of new ideas and mechanics for the game, I decided to start a new Unity project, because a lot of things are different from prototype. So I created a new repository and new project with it. And I finally managed to do something there. Before that, I just had empty project and graphical source file with all mockups and sketches, but it's time to move on. I decided to start from small but important task, game resolution and camera behavior. I want my game camera to be static, so player don't have to move around too much to find particular item and mechanism. It creates some restrictions for playable area. That's why I decided that my game will always have a aspect ratio 16:9, which is most popular screen size for games. If player have other screen size, then stripes with game art will fill additional area. For now it's just black bars, but in future I'll draw special art so it looks better. Unfortunately, Unity Camera doesn't have special mod for my situation, so I had to Google a bit and make custom script for camera. A little bit of finding right constants and testing, and we have our first adaptive game scene with fake game textures. Anyway, we have a new Unity project, everything from now will be easier. You know, I'm planning to start working on ingredients soon, so I need some interesting ideas. Name top 3 ingredients that you wanna see in the game. Ingredients must be unique and have magical origin. And that's it for now. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss the new videos. If you really like my game or devlog and want to support me, you can become my patron on Patreon. You can learn more in the video on your screen. See ya!